We're still up on the tripod. Good morning, everybody. Jasper here. Welcome. Oh yeah, a big welcome to day number 12 on our Bruce Trail northbound through hike. Whew. Well, right this minute, I am pushing through. Well, I've entered into the Dufferin Highland section. Did that earlier this morning in the dark and entered into, I think it's called Mono Cliffs Provincial Park at Mono Center. Oh man, had a nice night last night. Coyotes out, that's quite normal. Found a nice little spot. Since I was through this area before, there was a reroute I noticed, and where you actually enter into the different Highlands section used to be over like a climbing style. You'd go over a fence and then off you go. Now you enter into the different Highlands section right at the beginning of the Mono Center, or the Mono Cliffs Park, Provincial Park, I guess. There was a sign there too saying there was a Bruce Trail reroute through there. So it was slightly different than I recall, but trail this morning, beautiful, nice morning. I know the rain is coming. I don't know when, but I'm told it's coming. Anyhow, today is a Nero. A Nero, for those that don't know, means it's a day of hiking, but not a full day. Maybe a half day, let's call it. Nearly a zero, let's say. Hence Nero. Well, for me, my Nero today is about 15 kilometers from where I camped last night too. I weigh 89. There, I'll jump up trail, walk about a kilometer to Primrose, and I have a nice night booked at the motel there, the Shelburne Motel it's called. It's called the Shelburne Motel because just down the road from there is the community of Shelburne. There's a couple of burger shops, there's a Subway, gas station, I think it's Esso with an on the run. So I'll probably pick up a few items there that they have just to help bulk up my supplies. Bars primarily. Hot chocolate if they got it. We'll see. So hey, that's my plan. We'll leave that tomorrow morning. And dinner tonight will be at the burger shop. It also has a great bake shop, coffee. They do a great job. I can't think of the name, but they do a great job. And I do breakfast sandwiches, so I'll probably have breakfast there in the morning. And then we'll push north. I think then it's about 77 or 78 kilometers from there to the end. Well, okay. I'm not sure how many kilometers it is to... Oh boy, what am I trying to say here? Let me take a look at the trail while we're thinking what we're trying to say. I'm not sure how many kilometers it is from there. It's about, I think, 34 kilometers from 89 to Black Banks, which is County Road 21, I believe. From there you push north to Lavender. Not sure how far, but I don't think it's huge miles, maybe 20 kilometers, something like that. And that is the end of the Dufferin Highlands section, and the beginning of the Blue Mountain section. Blue Mountain section is about 75 kilometers. So, and that takes you to Maple Lane, which is the end of the Blue Mountain and the beginning of the Beaver Valley. And that Maple Lane is probably where I'll jump off for a zero at home, only because that's probably the closest spot to my house. Probably. We'll see. At about 20-25 minutes drive away. Okay. So that's pretty much the plan. as I have it at the moment. I was going to meet Joanne with my supply box at Black Banks, but that's only 34 kilometers from the from Primrose, or the motel. I don't really need anything there, but the question is, do I have enough to get the extra miles to the end of the Blue Mountain section? But that's okay, because there are other spots where she could possibly meet me, or if I had to, I could get into, say, the community of Creemore, maybe summer ride in or something, get some things there to Foodland. So we'll see. Hey, once again, good morning. Day 12. Well, it started at our usual time. It was on trail about 6. Up at 5, coffee, oatmeal. Trail on about 6. Yeah. Okay. As the trail pushes north towards Highway 89, get some just gorgeous, stunning farmland views. Absolutely beautiful, especially with the grey contrasting kind of ominous skies. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. The trail ahead of me, interesting, picturesque, leading, most definitely leading. Getting some nice colors taking place now. Take a look at some of those. Yeah. Looks like I'm going to be quite early. I'm kind of taking my time this morning, but it looks like I'm going to be quite early for my motel stay at Primrose, the Shelburne Motel. So I'll go to the restaurant, maybe have breakfast, sandwich, coffee, do some Facebook uploading stuff. I didn't do any yesterday or last night, because I had no signal. But I think at the restaurant I will have. Wow, yeah, just take a look at that harvested field. Oh my goodness. Again, I've said it before, light, color, contrasting shades. As a photographer, you're just attracted to them. Anyhow, so yeah, beautiful morning. Day 12 goes just fine. As you know, it's a Nero, shorter day today. And when I leave here tomorrow and push north, that will be Monday. I'm thinking I should be at the end, through the different highlands section, and also at the end of the Blue Mountain section by Thursday. End of Thursday. And then I'll go home for a Nero on, a zero on Friday. And back on trail to begin the Beaver Valley section on Saturday. That's somewhat my plan. But again, I've said before, you want to make God laugh, just tell him your plans. So, and again, the rain's coming. I don't know to what extent. I'll check the weather later today. It's not usually a major concern unless you get like the heavy thunderstorms and stuff. But anyhow, I have good rain gear, Z-Packs, Verdus rain jacket and pants, plus a Frog Tugs Pro Light. So I'm pretty good. Okay. Oh. The birds in the tree there. Oh, lots of flocks of birds coming around. Interesting. Okay, let's just keep moseying down the trail. Room number 2. My favorite number. Little step down. Nice room for the money. So, air conditioning, nice window to the outside, microwave, refrigerator, nice desk, lots of electricity for charging, lamps at either side of the table, king-size bed, dresser, mirror, television, and one of my most favorite things, oh, and of course you've got a luggage rack. My most favorite thing, got a bathtub. Golly, I love the bathtub for the soak. Hi guys. Yeah, so here we are. This is called the Shelburne Motel in Primrose. Perfect. Came to 79 something, so say 80 bucks Canadian with tax. So I'm going to say, what would 80 Canadian be? I'm going to say 55, 60, 60 bucks, 55, 60 bucks US. It's not bad for the night. They let me in early. It's not even noon yet. The lady let me in. Perfect. I am going to have a really relaxing rest of the day. I'm going to start with a bath. Good morning, everybody. Jasper here. Welcome to a rainy, gray day 13. Oh yeah. So last night I stayed in Primrose at the Shelburne Motel. I ate at the Super Burger twice. I had a breakfast sandwich when I got into town, and then I had a burger for my dinner. Gray, rainy, kind of a heavy feeling this morning, but we knew rain was coming. We actually knew it was coming today. I think today is the main kind of rain day. I think tomorrow there might be some sun and then some rain showers. I think that's the idea. So I think today is the main rain day. Started early. Was out of my bunk by 4 and left the motel by 5. Did the 1.5 kilometer hike back to the trail and headed north. That's what we're doing right now, by the way, just heading north. So we're pushing north from 89, heading in the different highland section, heading towards the Blue Mountain section. And I'm thinking sometime tomorrow afternoon-ish. It's hard to say. I didn't calculate exactly the miles. I should do, and I will do later. But maybe it's sometime tomorrow, later in the day. Late afternoon, early evening, whatever. Camp time, whatever. We could hit Lavender Hill and the Blue Mountain section, which would be section number 6. So we'll see. We'll see how we progress. The gas station at Primrose, for those wondering, as far as resupply is concerned, well, I kept calling it an Esso and on the run, but it's not. It's a Petro-Canada. Extremely limited, 0 resupplies other than bars. You can get granola bars there, chocolate bars. That's pretty much it. There's no actual resupply per se, such as the ramen noodles or instant potato or coffee or anything like that. So just bars, which is okay for me in this case. I kind of felt that when I was leaving Cedar Springs and Georgetown, so I did stock up a little extra, but I did buy bars yesterday and snacks just to top that kind of stuff up and help me get through the next few days. I believe I should hit Maple Lane, the end of the Blue Mountain section, by Thursday, and then I get to go home for Thursday night and Friday night. So I have Friday as a 0, back on trail heading into the Beaver Valley section on Saturday. That is the overall plan. Is it going to work that way? Well, I think a lot depends on weather, to be honest with you. How many miles we can get in any given day. Rain days, especially like heavy rains with thunderstorms. I think there's a possibility of thunderstorms later, but I honestly don't know. We'll see. Okay, enough of that this morning. Let's get to hiking. I'm wondering, here it says, Boots on the Bruce for Shelter.com, May the 23rd, 22. I wonder if that's Linda. Is that you, Linda? Hey, good for you. Whew. Wow. Bibblemum. Bibblemum Track, Bruce Trail, Friendship Trail. You are here. Okay. I shall believe you. This is where we're going. Okay. Let's get to it. We found a nice little bench here, courtesy of Gert Norgard. Thank you, Gert. We're going to sit here for a little while, just for a few minutes. Take our first break of the day. It's 8 a.m. Oh, we left the motel room hiking at 5, headed to the trail and pushed north. So here we are. We're sat in the drizzle, but it's not cold out. It's just drizzle rain. Whew. So, just checking the map. The Country Road 21 at Black Banks is 25.5 kilometers from here. So that would be a good remainder of the day if we did that. Just before you get up there, there is the Black Banks Creek for water. So actually anywhere around that Black Banks Creek, might make a wet camp, we'll see. That would work out fine. We'll see how the day goes, see how the rain kind of progresses. If it's heavy rain, we have to kind of hunker down, or if it stays drizzly like this. But anyhow, day 13 has definitely started, that's for sure. And yeah, we are pushing hard. There's no doubt about that. Okay, I'm going to enjoy a little break, and then we're just going to get back to pushing hard. I'll talk to you in a little bit. I am now walking down in the rain what's called, I believe, 10 Side Road Mulmer, or the 10th Side Road Mulmer. Actually quite busy. It's a paved road. I'm walking against the traffic. Oh, there goes one now. And then up here a little bit at an intersection, I'll be making a right turn and heading towards, I believe it is, Whitfield. So it's day 13 so far. It's going good, and the rain isn't too bad. Very gray, but it's still mild out. So that's a good thing. So, a little bit of information, I guess. In 2019, when I first hiked the Bruce Trail in Rockland, which is, I'm not sure now if it's at the top end of the Beaver Valley section, or the beginning of the Sydenham section, somewhere in that area. Call it Beaver Valley. But there's a bed and breakfast called Rockland Bed and Breakfast. Charming lady was the lady of the house, Leslie. The gentleman, the husband, he had another job too, but I never actually did get to meet him. But when I contacted them in 2019, they said, oh, we have a hiker rate of $99, and we will shuttle you back and forth to the trailhead, pick you up, take you back. We'll hold a resupply box for you and all those good things. And I thought, well, this is just wonderful. So I did stay there, and I had a good time. The room was excellent. The snacks, muffins provided, beverages included in the price were very, very good and very thoughtful, especially for a hungry through hiker. The breakfast the next morning was beautiful. A nice family dog running around in a beautiful farm home kitchen. Excellent. And Leslie, a charming hostess. So I thought, you know what? When I work my way through that way now, maybe I'll stay there again. Now, when I stayed there in 2019, I was one of their first, I think, guests. They were just starting out. So I told them I would give them, of course, good reviews and on the hiker kind of pages and so on, and try to get some hikers coming in and this kind of stuff, which I did, of course. So this time, I was a little bit shocked when I sent them an email saying, hey, Gary Clayton here, and I stayed there in 2019, hope all is doing well, and I'll be through there again, you know, in a couple of weeks, looking for a room, maybe a bunk for the night. They said, okay. The rate was a total of $325. Now that does include $150 damage deposit by e-transfer. There is no such thing now as mentioned was a hiker discount or anything else. I did tell them who I was and what I was doing. There is still shuttling, but you have to pay for it now. I guess price of gas. I was just disappointed that personally in 2019 what was an affordable and wonderful experience, and I think you know, that's what things should be for people, everyone concerned, has now turned into, oh my goodness, that's kind of a little steep, isn't it? I mean, everything else is now an add-on. So, unfortunately, for me, I guess, I won't be staying there this time. It's just out of my reach, and again, I just personally don't agree with a little bit of gouging, I think, going on. Granted, they had to make it through COVID, but newsflash, so did everybody else. Okay, enough said about the Rockland Bed and Breakfast. Let's carry on. Heading north. I know some won't agree with my 2 cents worth, but wouldn't do if we were all the same now, would it? Okay. The hills of Momer. It's in our nature. Welcome to Kilgore. And as a welcome, they provided me a bench, albeit wet, but a bench. It's just a light drizzle right now. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to eat some food. A little tired, a little hungry. Need a little bit of replenishment. Take a break. I think I'm going to have a bacon and cheese on a Kaiser. No, that's not right. Bacon and cheese on a whole wheat bagel. That's it. And electrolyte water. I won't be making coffee because I'm low on coffee right now. Okay. Break time. Right ahead of us, along the banks of, I don't know what the name of this river is, but if you remember, we actually had lunch here. I can't remember if it was the last time I was here. I don't know. But anyhow, I remember having lunch here. And then I remember speaking to people just further up the trail who told me, I think, if I remember right, that this was an electrical generation building, like a hydro building for generating electricity, maybe from the river, I guess. I think that was the plan. Slippy on these routes for sure. Yeah. Wow. We're not going to climb up there this time. We have in the past. In fact, we sat right up there last time and had our lunch. We're not going to do that today, though. We just had our break back on that bench next to that Kilgore sign. And I'd actually forgotten, well, I didn't realize that this was here at that point. Okay, all these routes on a wet day, treacherous. Very, very, very slippy. Look at the river, great water sources. Oh, good look at the building there. Yeah, definitely hydro. Whew. One thing I noticed, in the earlier sections, Niagara, Iroquois, part of the Toronto, I guess, water was much more scarce. But once we got into the Caledon Hills, and then again into the different highlands, there's been significantly more water. Water sources has not been an issue. And at the end of the day, today, as long as I make it to, say, the Black Banks Creek, then I've got camp water there. Maybe others in between, I don't know, but I do remember that one because I came back as a photographer in the winter and did a landscape photography shoot there, just because it was a very pretty location. Anyhow, let's just keep going and see how far we can get.